River Trail is located in the Elkmont campground of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. This is a 6.2 out and back hike with a total round trip of around 12.4 miles. The trail follows its namesake until it dead ends at the Three Forks Backcountry campsite, where I will be staying the night. This is an easy trail and only becomes slightly difficult after the backcountry site number 24, where there will be 3 river crossings that could get high with fast-moving water. I would recommend a tent on this one, as there are not many good places to string up a tarp or hammock. Say, this little section through here looks very bearish. It's pretty with all the green. Still a little early, it looks like, for some of the spring flowers to be popping up, but we're well on our way here in East Tennessee. Well, hey friends, say if you haven't noticed, I am the Great Smoky Mountain National Park doing a little spring camping trip. I hope you enjoyed the hike in. I'm on Little River Trail and I'm staying at campsite 30 where it dead ends, and it is it's a pretty neat campsite. Just got here so I haven't explored too much, but I'm kind of out here on a little, seems like island. It's called Three Prongs because this is where three prongs feed into the little river. But in order to get over here, you have to cross the little river. So I'm gonna get set up here and I'll get back with you guys here after a while. Okay guys, so here's the situation. Say got to camp and there were some horse flies around, so I decided to go ahead and start a small fire, try to smoke them out of here. And as I was doing that, got a text from my wife that the Smokies are now under a fire ban. So anyway, put out the fire and cooked my lamb chops first. Decided to do that for lunch, and then I guess I'll have my sandwiches for dinner. Anyway, gonna try to make the most of it out here while we can, and I guess now that little quick thing is done, I'm gonna have to find a spot to set up my tarp. I did bring the hammock because I was thinking about setting that up and reading for a little bit in it, but there's not a lot of flat spots around this campsite, so it may be a hammock night, even though I would prefer to be on the ground somewhere. So I'm going to scout out a spot and then try to get everything situated so I can relax for the rest of the evening here, as it were. But yeah, gear dump. So let's try these lamb chops out. Hopefully they got cooked enough. Yep, they did. That's really good. I should do these more often. Well, I'm gonna finish eating these and I'll catch up with you guys here in a minute. Say, well, there are no real good spots to hang a tarp. Should have brought a tent, but got my knot try here for the first time. It looks like one of the binding knots to do two together, because I'm gonna have to go through a pretty big distance to get those things hooked up. So we'll see how this goes. Anyway, pretty cool. So I had to change it up a bit. I couldn't stake in the tarp over there. There's too many rocks and roots. So I've now moved over here, kind of done a semi Adirondack deck setup here as I'm working on it. But yeah, I thought I was gonna have a little more time to relax, but this campsite has turned out to be a little more challenging with the lack of tree spacing. So Well, not what I wanted it to be, but it's home for the night. Probably going to stake the corners down. They're kind of flapping there in the wind, give it a little more stability, but yeah, that's going to be home. My faux fire pit for the night. Whew. Anyway, I guess it's about time to relax here. Well, guys, say another one that didn't quite go as planned. Gonna be a kind of cool night without a fire, so I've got that to look forward to, but I've got my good sleeping bag and thermals and jacket, gloves, so I'll be good. But it's kind of hoping for a fire. Say that all threw me off. I was planning on doing a lot more filming, kind of had things planned out, but as soon as I got here, I got that fire going, then I got the text, so I had to hurry up and cook my food, put the fire out because of the fire ban, and then I had issues trying to find a good spot to put up the tarp, just because there's not a lot of good tree spacing at this campground. It would have been a lot better with a tent, but that's one of the things I'm planning on doing, is getting an ultralight tent hopefully here in the next few months to help out with the weight and just the ease of everything. But I'm gonna make the best of it. I was planning on relaxing a little more. Just now got able to sit down and kind of read and relax and do my thing there. But anyway, I'm gonna relax a little bit longer, and then of course I've got sandwiches for dinner tonight since I ate my lamb chops for lunch. So anyway, it's a beautiful day out here in the mountains. Starting to get a little windy. Hoping nothing falls on my head tonight. But so I'll be a brisk one in the morning. But if I don't talk to you then, or if I don't talk to you later tonight, I'll talk to you then. See you guys.
This instant coffee isn't bad. I prefer the Black Rifle, but I'm trying a couple different ones. I've got some just regular Folgers at home too, instant coffee, so we'll see how that does. The only thing about those is it only makes 6 ounces. So you've got to use 2 in order to get a full cup of coffee. But I usually use 2 of the Black Rifles anyway for 1 cup of coffee, just because I like mine a little stronger. So not bad, but not my favorite. Everyone's favorite part of the video. The wet, cold boots in the morning. Favorite part. So this is where I crossed the first time. As you can see, it's a pretty deep channel there. You can't really walk over those rocks right there because of the current. So I'm going to head down here and see if maybe there's a place I can rock hop across. Well, I'm going to try right here. See if I can get up over there. At least it looks a little more shallow here. So, wish me luck. Well, I tried and failed. Cold tootsies. So along with getting a frameless pack and an ultralight tent, I've made up my mind to get some trail runners instead of hiking boots. I'm doing a lot more creek crossings, and these boots just don't want to dry out. So, add that to my ever-growing list. Say we're getting close for some flowers to start blooming out here. So some of my plans this year, say I'd like to get back out to Slick Rock and try to actually complete that hike. Again, I need to get some more lighter equipment before I do that one. I'd also like to try to get out there and get that Black Mountain Crest done, but that one is still closed because of the Helena hurricane damage and flooding up through there. Maybe by the end of the year that may be reopened and I could give it a shot. Also want to speed hike LeConte, do a big long loop and see how that goes. I also would like to try to summit going up Brushy Mountain or the Boulevard too. I haven't done those 2 trails yet. I did do Brushy Mountain, but I didn't make the summit that day. But yeah, that's some of the plans I've got coming up. Also going to Mammoth Cave with Greg this year. That ought to be a fun trip. I'm sure I'll shoot some video on that one, and I'm sure I'll work some other things in here for you guys this year. I'm really trying to work on my editing and stuff and try to get better. For me, it's just something fun to do. It's a nice little hobby when I can't make it out here in the woods to actually do it. But stay tuned. Hopefully this year will be a good year. Man, last night, this morning, freezing cold, and right now I'm got a pretty good sweat going on. Amazing. Sun makes such a difference. Whew. Sure is pretty right now though. Little River Trail is a really nice trail. It's really nice. I enjoyed it. There's not a lot of big elevation gain. It's pretty easy going, especially until you get to Cucumber, which you can do like a 5-mile loop if you want to do that. But yeah, except for once you get past campsite 24, there's some, I wouldn't say challenging parts, but harder parts. And then you've got the two big creek crossings, of course, which you know, in high water, those would be a bear to get across. But yeah, love this. I'd like to come back and do it when I can have a fire. That'd be a lot more enjoyable. But that's bring your tent though, because there's not a lot of places to string stuff up there. Beautiful day though, beautiful day.